Wednesday. Wellness Wednesday. Thank you. Hey, it's Wellness Wednesday. Hey, love, how are you? I was doing my dance, my Wellness Wednesday dance. How y'all doing out here? I am so excited today because I have woke up like super grateful in life. I'm sharing. I'm sharing wellness. I said I was gonna copy and paste last time and I didn't. Wednesdays. Today, I want to talk about self-care through tough times. Now, if you were on my email list, if you're on my email list, I'm going to be talking to you about this every day this week, because I am reading this book. I don't know where it is. I thought it was right here. I just had it. But I'm reading this book and it's called Self-Care for Tough Times. And you guys know I talk about self-care a lot. But I never really sat down and consciously thought about it like when you're going through tough times. And wow, it really brought a lot of thoughts. It is bringing a lot of thoughts because I'm still reading it. Because we really need to prepare ourselves and love on ourselves now to prepare for tough times later. Before I get into it, I want to brag on myself because your girl is over here making amazing ass shit and I'm proud of myself. So I want y'all to see this. Can y'all see that? Oh, there it goes. You see that? It's a charcuterie board. Charcuterie board. I made it. Isn't it beautiful? I'm so proud of myself, y'all, because I was putting that together and my heart was just like, I was playing music and like dancing, and my heart was just so happy. And it brought to me like self care can come in so many different ways. No worries. The face, though, I love it. My real face is like, self care can come in so many different ways. And I was making a platter to serve women, but it felt like self care to me because I was able to really consciously create the colors, the symmetry, like the way I cut the produce. So, a lot of self care and a lot of life is just coming into making conscious efforts to do things that align with you. And that, like, I feel like that right there is like the key to life. You know what I'm saying? Mindfulness, conscious creation. It's like how you lose weight, how you get more money, how you get a relationship that you desire, how you get the car that you want, how you have a life of abundance, how you are happy. All of that is you have a whole bunch of mindful moments and you consciously create in your universe. And once we really get down to that point in life, it's like life becomes a dream. Life is but a dream. It's amazing what can occur when you are mindful and conscious. And to be there really is to be one with yourself. So I don't know. I just had that moment that was like, I never thought that making a platter for other women would be self-care for me. In my previous ways of living, I would have been like, I'm tired of people always getting food from me and I don't ever get food from people or whatever. Yeah, that. But this time it was like I made it for them. I made it very beautiful for them. And I told them before they ate to look at it and relish in the beauty that someone made for them. I feel like that's another thing that, is self-caring, but we don't really acknowledge it as such. It's like when someone does something for you, to relish in its beauty, to relish in the love. Like when somebody's like, "Ooh, girl, like your hair is so cute." And we be like, "Man, whatever, I just threw the hat on and took it off." Like you are literally telling them, "Go fuck yourself with all them compliments. Like I don't need that right now." Relish in it. Relish in the compliments. Like y'all know how y'all be when a man be like, "Hey, you look good." Relish in it. Don't be like, don't nobody want you. I mean, unless he's being sleazy. And even then, honestly, I've gotten to the point where even the sleazy ones, I just let them know like they need to be more respectful. And I know they got a mama or a grandma, but I appreciate the compliment. Like I don't turn down compliments anymore. Ever. Because receiving compliments, receiving money, receiving love, receiving abundance is all forms of self-care. And I'm all for all the forms, okay? I know I just went down a whole rabbit hole with y'all, but that's just what I was feeling when I made that um charcuterie board. And I want you to understand that, your self-care might not look like someone else's. Like someone else would have had a lot of trouble making that board and it wouldn't have been self-care at all. It would have been detrimental to their health maybe. But for me, it was self-care. Maybe, like making rice or cupcakes is yours. Who knows? But your self-care does not have to look like everyone else's. So I just wanted to put that out there. Excuse me. I don't know where that came from. So I just wanted to put that out there before we started because it was something that I don't know, it just came up for me. And I feel like we really have to focus on ourselves, go deep within ourselves, like really be in the knowledge that, you know, everything in this life is not cookie cutter and you deserve to live a life and be audacious enough to live exactly how you are. And that's how you really get through everything, including tough times. So, starting on tough times, with this book, I do want to touch on self-care through tough times. Yeah, excuse me. I'm like, should I schedule a nap today? Like, what's going on? Anyway, tough times are basically times of transition. Like when you are high anxiety, high stress, usually something's changing. And you're not technically, sometimes you're not processing correctly. That'll elongate tough times. But sometimes you are processing correctly and you just need to process. And whatever you're going through and whatever you are processing, it's just tough. It's rough. Like for instance, if your parent transcends, like it's rough. Even if you do process it in a healthy manner, like your boat just got rocked, and crazy enough, like that can be the same even with a parent who you're not maybe close to, so it doesn't have to be. We get emotions and tough times arise even with people who we least expected. So like you could be estranged from a parent and find out that they passed 5 years ago before you met them, and you still have a real good right to be in tough times. You still have the right to feel grief, sadness, anger. You still have the right to feel all those feelings. So there's a lot of transition in tough times, a lot of times. And sometimes they bring anxiety, sometimes they bring stress, but a lot of the times you're experiencing a loss, uncertainty in something, but usually it's really transitional periods. And why tough times tend to go with transition is because you're going from one stage in your life to another. And a lot of the time, we don't move in our life in a linear way. And I say that meaning you're going to another level. Like, I mean, maybe you never thought about it like this, but think about like when a parent transcends, right? You have your mom to guide you through this world, to nurture you in this world, even if she didn't do or doesn't right now do like the best job that you think she should. She got you here. That's a thing. And most moms do try their best, even if they don't know how. So there's aspects of trying and there's aspects of nurturing, even when a mother doesn't really have the tools to do it how she wants. Just the fact that she's around and trying is, in my book, nurturing. And I know it may not feel like that at sometimes, um, but that is what it is. Anyway, so if you have that transition with your mom, she passes. You literally just went to another plane of existence because now you're on this earth without that maternal guide, without that maternal connection. And regardless of how good or bad you guys' relationship is, it's still a tie that has shifted. Um, so that's why literally you're going from one plane to another in transition and connecting those planes, it gets gray a lot of the times because a lot of us don't have a really solid understanding of how to take care of ourselves in general. And that brings on a a very stressed, like it's a stressful way of taking care of ourselves. I don't know if stress is the right word, but like we then start thinking that getting our nails done is taking care of ourselves. Getting, your hair did is taking care of yourself. When really, when you have true self-care, these are things that really do help you process. So like the charcuterie board, um, it really, like, I was able to dance, like, let go of things, be super grateful while I was doing it. Um, it was like therapy for me making that thing. I don't get that when I go get my nails done. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm not knocking anybody for getting their nails done by far, by no means. But start to integrate things into your life right now, so that you can get through the tough times in a better light because you prepare for tough times right now. So when you are going through tough times, it's super natural for you not to have as much energy, for you like to have a foggy brain, for your decision making skills to be a little off. Super normal for you to be irritated. Um, maybe you're not remembering things. Maybe you're not functioning at a high productive level. There are so many things that can go on when you have tough times. And the reason being is because in tough times, you're really in survival mode. So one of the first things, and again, if you are on my email list, I'm gonna go into so much detail of this week. You might get tired of me. I'm like, I was just reading this book and it just sparked a conversation within me. So I wanted to talk to y'all. If you're not on my email list, go to www.justbhealthynow.com and you can sign up there. Or you can click the link in my bio. And I actually have a freebie now, you guys. Let me see. I should know this. I know. I'm so new, y'all. If you go to my profile and maybe, hold on. I don't know, guys. Well, I have to be better with this because I'm really not sure how you would get my freebie. But if you, I know on Instagram it's in the link in my bio. Y'all, this is horrible. I'm gonna update my link on my bio on Facebook once I get off this live. Y'all don't, it is what it is. But so after this live, I'll make sure I put the link in my bio. I don't know why it's not in there. But you can go to that link and download Love Yourself Regardless. And it's 17 quick and easy ways. I'm doing it now. That's why I'm looking down. My bad. It's 17 quick and easy ways to love yourself right now. 13. It's 13 ways to love yourself right now. But um it's the first button you click on. So I'm adding that to my profile right now. So it is real. You can go to my profile on Facebook and download it there as well. Bam. Perfect. So it's in there now. I gotta stay on top of my toes with y'all, okay? So it's in there now, and you can go download that. That will also put you on my email list. And there's a conversation about self-care through tough times this whole week that I'm going into a lot of detail. But one of the best ways that I know to get through tough times and take care of yourself is to have what I call a toolkit. Literally write down what you love, what makes you happy, what like brings you back to yourself. I can't answer that for you. For me, it's like cooking, going outside, meditating. It makes me feel amazing. Being around other Black women, I love that shit so much. Um, Making sauces, food makes me happy, and not in this way of like gorging it, but making food more. Sometimes I don't even want to eat it anymore. I just want to make it. Just weird. Being outside swimming, being by water, that really opens up my heart and it makes me really feel good. I've been enjoying hula hooping and skating lately. My knees, but that has been a source of a lot of love in my life. So find what truly makes you happy. Like, what do you do that you don't have to think about? You just do it. You just love it. It just it lights you up on the inside. And write that shit down. And that's what I call a self-care toolkit, okay? Because you're literally telling yourself, this is what makes me happy. This is what brings me and grounds me and connects me to myself. And once you have that toolkit, the second thing is actually scheduling it. Okay. So those two things together will go ahead and start saving your life immediately. I have a mindset. Well, I actually have two mindset coaches, which is weird, but I guess it's not weird because they say two totally different things a lot of times, but it always makes sense like with one another. One's American and one's Australian. So the point of view is interesting. But Talina said sleep. I love that. Sleep is self-care, sis. Okay. But my mindset coach has been working with me because I was getting, this was about a month or two ago. Anyway, I was getting real stressed out because I was working a lot on my business, but I was not sleeping or doing like self-care. I wasn't taking care of myself. I was just tirelessly working on my business, figuring out how to get shit done. I was just drained, okay? And she was like, you need to make a play date. You need to make a play date. And I was like, what? She was like, you need to go outside, clearly. You said that, outside is where you're happy. She's like, make a play date. And I was like, make a play date outside. I'm going to make a play date outside. And I did. I started putting play dates with outside on my calendar. And I've been going out more to the river, just walking around the neighborhood, like riding my bike real quick. Like, it's amazing when you actually schedule it in stuff, like how often you'll actually do it. Like, actually do it is crazy. So I've been really enjoying that, like really enjoying that. And so make a play date. Make a play date. Maybe you cook, maybe even like Talina, if it's sleep, make sure you make a play date with your sleep. Okay. Make sure you in bed whenever your play date start every night. Okay. You ain't got it for these niggas after 9. Shut your phone off at 8 and you make your play date and close your eyes at 9. That should be you 9 o'clock. Right there. Sleep. Nobody can get to you, okay? But make a play date. So these two things have been life-saving for me. Because first and foremost, bringing mindfulness to the moments of self-care, I didn't even really know what I like to do before I made my self-care toolkit. I didn't even really know. I was like I would tell people like, oh yeah, I like to read. Bitch, when's the last time you picked up a book? And I'd be like, high school. So it's like, you have to find out your true desires. What really makes you happy? Like, it's one thing, like, when someone asks you on a date and you say that, but it's like, if you really like reading, like, when's the last time you picked up a book? And if you can say that it's been a long time since you picked up a book, but you really do like reading, what are you waiting for? What is holding you back from connecting to what you love? Why haven't you gone skating if you love to skate? Why are you not making meals and you're eating out all the time if you love to cook? What is going on with you that you're not connecting with yourself in ways that elevate your love for yourself? And so there's a lot of questions we can ask, because really the goal here is to be mindful. It's not to it's not to try to change who you are. It's not trying to change other people around you, but really it's just to be mindful. And so even when we get into tough times, half the battle of getting through tough times is recognizing that we're in tough times. Do you know how many people are like depressed and they don't know? Like, dude, I was really depressed. My grandmother transcended in October. And man, I was depressed for like 3 or 4 months. I didn't even realize it until I wasn't depressed anymore. Like, one day I woke up and I was like, I'm actually happy. And I was like, was I depressed? And the answer is yes. All depression means is that your energy is usually right here, and today is right here. All right? You're at a depressed level. Depressed means down. You are down. Your energy is down. So we like to throw out these terms and try to act like it's the end of the world, but it's not. If you're depressed, it's okay. You are straight up normal. Everybody gets depressed. But don't feel like, you have to be so down on yourself because you feel bad for being depressed. Like, don't feel bad for being depressed. Just be depressed. Like, and recognize that you're in the depression. That's literally half the battle, is to wake up and be like, you know what? Today I'm not connecting on a level like I would like or that I'm used to. Today is hard. Today my mother transcended and it's hard. Today my father transcended and it's hard. Today my heart's not happy. Today my boo thing left me and I ain't have no penis. you should be depressed, boo. It's okay. Well, not that you should, but I mean, it's okay if you are. Some people don't, get into bouts of depression because of these things. But if your energy is lower than normal, that's depression. And it's okay. Once you know what you're dealing with, once you know why you're like you are, once you know that you are like you are and why you are like you are, there's abundance of resources to help you. And one of the resources is that you should really take the time to just flow with what you're going through. Be sad. Be sad. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be angry. Whatever you're feeling, it's because you're a human. So feel that. Be sad. Be feeling like you're lonely. Feel how you feel and observe the fuck out of it. Be mindful of all of the thoughts that go through your head. And once you feel like you've had enough, then you can start to do the things that you love and start to change the little voices in your head, because mindfulness brings things to the forefront. Okay? And when things are brought to the forefront, now you know. So maybe you're telling yourself negative things surrounding this. Maybe you're telling yourself that, somebody passed and you'll never see them again. They're gone. That's it. Well, offering yourself reframes is offering yourself compassion. What if, and this depends on your belief, but what if your mom, your father, your best friend is still here with you, just not in a physical form? If you believe in that, that should be your reframe, because I don't believe that anyone ever leaves us. I think that spirits help us daily. And if we can recognize ancestors and recognize spirits, then maybe we could recognize that there's not as much need for grief in that process as what Western society would lead on. Like I said, it's okay to be sad, like people have to transition from one place to another on a body level, but I don't feel like they ever leave on a spiritual level. And that, above all, is a very beautiful thing. We can reframe our minds and live from that space rather than a space of negativity. And that's really all getting through tough times is about. It's really processing your emotions and maybe taking a different look at what you're going through. In the pits, in the pits, that is when we're allowed for the most miracles to happen. When you're in the lion's den, that's when the most miracles can occur. When you don't got no money and you manifest some money, that shit feels like you're able to make something out of nothing. And I'm not saying it doesn't get special when you keep doing it and you get to that space where, you have the freedom to be all this good stuff. But when you're in the pits, that's when shit is really popping off. So if you today are in a state of depression, you're in a state you're in the valley, no, if you're in tough times, no, this is the time to take care of yourself. Do what makes you feel good and write down things that you love that make you feel good and schedule them. That is the best way to take care of yourself during tough times. Put it on your calendar. On Tuesday at 3 p.m., I am going on a hike in nature, period. And that will ensure that you not only do it, but it will also hold you accountable if you write it down, because if you don't do it, you're going to have to deal with that. So I say all that to say those are the two ways that I find that I get through the tough times better, more fluid than I was previous before. Okay? If you haven't signed up for my list, go to the link in my bio and click the first button. Get some free information and get on my email list, because I'm talking about this all week on my email list in detail. All right? I love you, and I will see you next week on Wellness Wednesdays. Toodles.